Hello everybody, it's Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and I thought I would do a video today. I always talking about what services I have to offer, my readings and healings and teachings, etc. And I thought, for those of you who have never seen me do a reading or had a reading with me or seen any of my videos, I am going to do a reading today. So I'm at, how do I put it in words? A kind of a crossroads. I'm having a rough time at the moment, which is normal on the shamanic path to have new things and challenges coming up. And I was like, I don't normally read for myself, but I'm like, you know what? I need a reading. And when I had my first vision quest about 15, 16 years ago, one of the things that my guides told me was that my path is to be shared. And so I thought, I need a reading. I'm going to share the reading with other people. We'll see how personal it gets, but just to give you maybe more insight into who I am and how I work and what to expect if you come for a reading for me, and maybe to encourage you to seek out my wisdom and guidance, because I know that the world is inundated with readers and psychics and all of that. It's how do you tell the difference, right? So hopefully this will give you good insights into me and my process to see if you're a good fit to come to me for readings. And so, and if you're watching this, chances are there's something in this reading for you as well. So I use the medicine card deck. So it's like every card has a different totem animal on it. And it's interesting, the ones that just popped out at that moment. Because I love the tarot, I love symbology, I love the archetypes, all of that, but it's the animals that speak to me. When I'm doing a reading, the cards are just kind of the jumping off point, and they're what lets me know which animals to connect to get their wisdom. And it's funny because the same cards could pop up for a half dozen different people, and you would have a half a dozen different readings. Like there's really different aspects for different people depending on who it is that is getting the reading. So let's just see. I have to separate it because normally when I'm doing it for a person, I'm doing it backwards. So I have to remember which way I'm doing it. All right, so let me show you. If it'll let me do. Oh, can I not switch the screen? It won't let me switch the screen, so hopefully you can see. This is the reading. I've got blue heron in reverse in the east, whale in reverse in the south, horse in the west, weasel reversed in the north, and dog in the center. So I don't know if you could really see that the way I was holding it. My camera won't let me switch the focus. So I like to start in the east where the sun rises. And so like I said, in the east we have heron in reverse. The east is air, so that's the mental realm, that's the place of the mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mental state. And heron is about stillness. Heron comes along when, and this is funny, this is exactly the answer that I was looking for this morning. Instead of running around like a chicken without a head, trying to figure out how to fix things and how to put things together and how to make things work, the answer is alignment. This is like, it's in reverse because I've been trying to figure out, okay, what else can I do? What else, I'm a small business owner and this is my day job. And so it gets tricky sometimes when the business isn't here and I'm like, what can I do? What else can I do? What else? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What do I need to offer? What do I need to, trying to figure out, and I'm not a gimmicky, I don't like using gimmicks. I don't like tricking people into coming to me. If you're coming to me, it's a mutual benefit. It's a reciprocity. And I want to give you as much as you're giving me. So that's where I kept feeling all this resistance. Well, I could do this and I could offer these specials and I could do this and all the marketing things to try to get clients. But that was me running around, not in stillness. That's me chasing the fish, right? Heron is one of the best hunters. And part of it comes from the fact that heron just stands in place for hours in stillness. And what happens is that he casts a shadow on the water, and the fish are drawn to the coolness of his shadow. And so his food, his necessities come to him by being in alignment, head in the sky, feet in the earth, standing in the water. Everything he needs comes to him. And so when it's in reverse, it's kind of that idea, like I picture heron getting down into the water and chasing the fish, trying to catch the fish, right? And all he's really going to do in that case is dredge up more mud and dirt and stuff from the bottom to make the water even less clear, even more mucky. And so this is a sign to me that I need to relax. Alignment is more important. Who I am is more important than what I do. So I need to take a breath, align, allow myself to be the hollow bone like we talk about in shamanism, and know that the universe is based on frequency. And that by staying still in my own frequency, I draw to myself the things of like frequency. I will attract to me financial opportunities, clients that I can help, reciprocity, people who need me, then I need them. Everything works out. Just like one of my main favorite affirmations is everything is always working out for me. So need to breathe, center. Alignment is more important, because if you're not doing things from alignment, then all you're doing is rearranging boxes. There's no real change going on. And so as I'm doing this, as I'm answering my calling, my vocation to do this work, I also need to trust and to center myself in the reality that this is my world and that what I need comes to me through alignment, through spirit, that spirit provides for me everything I need and more. Interestingly, if I jump across from the east to the west is water, so that's the emotional realm. And over here we have horse. And so mentally I'm all over the place. Mentally I'm out of sync. But emotionally, horse is power. horse is that self-evident power that doesn't need to prove itself. You look at a horse and you just see power, those rippling muscles, and with that gentle demeanor, just standing, grazing, and it's that gentle strength, that gentle power that can sprint for hours across the plains, right? A horse needs to run. They were built to run. And if they don't run, they get ill. And so it's like part of, like with these two, balancing these two out, instead of trying to figure out what to fix, I need to figure out what makes me feel joyful, what makes me feel in my power. And that's how I realign. And that's when spirit carries you. When you're running, it's like after a while, you're not the one doing the running anymore. When you're doing something you love, that you enjoy, that joyfulness, that enthusiasm is spirit carrying you. When you're doing something you love, time flies, right? It's the easiest thing in the world. It's effortless. And so the way I read this is that it's like that power is there, and that's part of, I think that is what exasperates the difference between these two, is that I can feel the power rising up, but I'm not utilizing it. And so there's resistance and anxiety and stress and all kinds of things because I'm not in alignment with that power. And it's like one of those things when sometimes the hardest thing to do is nothing. I've got bills to pay. I got to do something. I have to, literally drum up. I'm a shaman, business and stuff. And it's like, no, just alignment. The power is there. The calling is there. And it's, and that's the shamanic path, or pretty much any spiritual path. It's about peeling back the layers of that onion, right? And deepening into that power, into that trust, into the beingness of who you are rather than the doingness, right? In the south, which is the place of fire, so that is the place of passion and the place of action. So I always kind of think of it as the purpose card, because it's that fire, that desire within us, that passion within us that we have to follow. And for me, I'm getting whale in reverse. And so whale is the monarch of the sea, right? Whale is the emperor of the sea. They don't need to worry about being caught in some current or blown away by waves. They can plumb the depths of the ocean to the bottom and back up again. They can navigate through the water, and most of the time water is emotional. It's like our emotional lives or subconscious lives. And so in reverse, it kind of reflects that feeling of being kind of back and forth, going wherever the wind blows, wherever the water flows, having no up and down. And so it's like I need to get my bearings. One of the things about the whale card, it has this star up here, right? And that is the star Sirius, the dog star. It's the brightest star in the night sky. And according to mythology, that is where whale comes from. That is whale's home. And so whale always knows where home is. And so whale always has his bearings. And so again, in reverse, especially in the place of fire, it's like because I'm out of alignment, my passions, my desires are getting mixed up with obligations and duties, etc. And again, it's like I need to regain my bearings. And the other aspect of whale is that whale is the kind of the librarian of the planet. Whale is the record keeper. It's said that whale sings the history of the earth in their songs. And what's interesting about that, I was reading, I think it was Scientific American or something a long time ago, and it was talking about how the whale songs stay the same year after year, except for a little bit tagged at the end. And scientists couldn't figure out why it would be the same and then they would tag on a little bit at the end that was different. And I'm like, I know, because that's the last year's worth of history that they are recording. And so as the record keeper, I know one of the things that I haven't been doing is journaling. I have a brand new journal all ready to go, but because I've been out of alignment and distracted, I haven't been finding the time to sit down and write, to keep track, to keep, current with where I am. So, when we write things down, it's one step closer to manifesting. You're taking something that's nebulous up here somewhere, and you're bringing it into physical reality. You're giving it form. And so that it no longer has to be spinning around up here somewhere. You're trying to keep track of this thing over here and this thing over here and this thing. You've got it down so it opens you up again to move forward. So you're not completely rehashing the past. And so that is one of the first things I need to do, is to start writing. And I also have a blog that I have not been keeping up. I actually have two blogs, if you're interested. I've got one is called The Golden Thread Road. It's at goldenthreadroad.blogspot.com. That was my original one, which I finished. It came to a place of completion, so I started a new one. And it's called Wind Buffalo Journeys or something like that. It's Wind Buffalo at blogspot.com. And that's the latest one. I don't have a lot there yet, but that is my latest blog. And so I'm going to dedicate myself to writing more on a daily basis in my journal, and aim for like maybe once a week making an actual blog post to put out. Because like I said earlier, I was told in my first vision quest that my path was to be shared. And if I'm not sharing it, if I'm not writing it down, etc., then I'm not fulfilling that divine command performance, or whatever you want to call it. So that is one of the things I need to write. And in writing, that is going to straighten things out that are just kind of nebulous up here. So it'll like straighten things out. It'll help me get more organized, and it will help me find my bearings so I know which way is home. All right, so then in the north is earth, so that's the practical realm, right? In the north, I have Weasel in reverse. And Weasel is kind of the epitome of everything I was just talking about. Weasel is kind of a ninja of the animal kingdom. They're into everything. They're so quick. They have such a high metabolism that they are in and out before anyone even knows they're there. they're zipping. I once watched a weasel at the zoo once, I think it was at the Minnesota Zoo at the time, and it's just it was kind of a small enclosure, but I swear within 5 minutes that weasel had been in every single square inch of that enclosure. They're everywhere, and so they know everything. They know things that they're not supposed to know, right? So it's kind of that intuition, like knowing what's out there and being able to access that library, right? Without having to actually go there. It's like, in reverse, it is literally that hamster wheel where you don't feel like you're getting anywhere and you're going around and around and around and around and around with no bearings, out of an alignment, trying to figure out what to do. And so it's like, for instance, I had a client the other day that the importance, like the message that came through was the importance of sitting in place and knowing. It's not about going out and learning things. It's like you have the whole array of the universe at your feet. It's like having the internet. It's like you Google things. It's like you don't have to go out and figure things out and research things. Everything is, all the information is out there. You just need to access it. So again, sitting in alignment, to where you are in stillness to access what you need to know. Rather than running around like a chicken without a head like I've been doing, trying to figure out what's going on over here, what's going on over there, and what's back there, and figuring out how to put them together and duct tape the whole thing together so it makes sense. It's about realizing that you already know. And the fact that it's in the north, in the place of earth, the physical world, it's like, that's why my physical world seems like it's so chaotic right now. It's because I'm out of alignment, I've lost my bearings. And so I need, again, to sit. I need to sit and write is what I need to do. To tame that weasel, so to remind the weasel that it already knows everything. It already has access to everything. It doesn't need to physically go out into the wide open field of consciousness, that it comes to you. So then in the center, which is the card of spirit, so it's the hub of the wheel, the card that holds all the other ones around together, I have dog. And it's interesting. So I have 3 cards reversed: weasel, blue heron, and whale. And I have horse and dog upright. So it's like the things I'm working on are the ones in reverse. Those are the things in transition that I'm trying to bring to the forefront. And it's like, interesting. Horse is about expansion, right? Horse is the runner. Horse is about expanding your viewpoint, going beyond the horizon, learning new things, experiencing new things. And so it's like horse is there actively opening things up for me to make room for me with these 3 cards that are in reverse, to give them space to bring them back into alignment. Meanwhile, we've got dog in the center, who is the guardian. Dogs are guardians, right? They're protectors, they're guardians. And so I've got dog here at the same time, holding that space, keeping that space sacred, so that I can trust that no matter how chaotic it looks around me, or within me, I'm all right. That someone is watching out for me. That I am connected. Even if I feel out of alignment, remember, this is in the East, in the mental realm. And so it's my mind that's not in alignment. Emotionally, I'm good, but my mind is not recognizing. My mind is going around in circles trying to fix things that don't need to be fixed. And so I have the time and the space to work on these things, to write these things, literally write them. Because dog is holding space for me. Dog is watching out for me. And not just being the guardian, but reflecting back the love of the universe, right? Dogs, of all the animals in the world, dog has the biggest heart. And so it's like bringing me home, right? Snoopy, 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 come home, come home, come home. Dog is calling me home. Dog is out. Lassie, he's keeping me safe until I find my way home. Bringing me that love and that compassion, reflecting back to me, reminding me the goodness in my heart, the fact that I am not a screw up, that I'm not a failure, and that I have so many things to love about myself. And that's kind of the focus, is bringing it back rather than what am I supposed to do to keep safe. It's like remembering the love, remembering the things about myself that are lovable, and to love the things I love. I talked about this in one of my other videos, but it's like when you forget to love yourself, think about the things that you love, like cats or dogs, right? You feel that love for that being. That feeling doesn't originate with that other being. That feeling originates in your own heart. And they're just reflecting it back. So it's that memory of who you are. So when you're loving something else, you're actually loving yourself. That other thing is reflecting an aspect of yourself that you love. And so it's a matter of just claiming that love, of not putting it all outside of you and thinking there's nothing worthwhile inside. So again, bringing it back to doing the things I love, doing the things that bring me joy. That's how you get back into alignment. And that is how abundance and prosperity show up in your life, is when you're in alignment, when you're doing what brings you joy without resistance, right? Right now I'm working on the resistance. It's like the power is there, but my mind is resisting it, thinking it has to do it all by itself. And so for myself, I need to chill out. I need to meditate. I need to do some shamanic journey work. And I need to write things down. Because the world needs my love. And if I'm allowing these other things in reverse to get in the way of that love, I am not doing my job. And I am not giving others the love that it is my job as a shaman to do. So thank you for coming along with me on this little reading journey. I hope that gives you an idea of how I do readings, to see if you might want to check in with me, get a reading of your own. This was like a half hour. I actually did it pretty quickly. I mean, actually, after the video, I'm probably going to look it over again and kind of go a little bit deeper, but I just wanted something to share with my community, to give you a sample of what you can expect from me when you come to me for a reading. And, you know, the space that I hold, the sacredness I hold for you, and the insights that I can come up with with the help of the animal spirits. And we can go into more depth. It can be just a surface, kind of like I just did. But if that calls to you, please, you can check me out at my website, perchingwolfstudios.net. And you can set up a session right from my website. If that doesn't work, I know I've had a couple people there were some glitches. You can text me at 253-336-0383. You can text me, you can email me at perchingwolf@hotmail.com, and you can set up a session, readings or healings or teachings, oh my. But I just wanted to share this aspect of my work, my career, my day job with you, to see if it resonates with you. And if it does, by all means, I love nothing more than to help you find your way, to help you find your heart, because you deserve that love. You deserve to find your way. You deserve to be whole and complete, and to feel powerful, to feel your own power. Okay, so let me know. Thank you for watching, and until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and come see me and go shining. All right.